I'm Ajitha. So my dad suffered a heart attack, and my sister had a stroke accompanied by an undiagnosed hole in her heart, and I have endometriosis. So among my family, we've probably seen every specialist residing in Boston and probably own one too many pairs of hospital socks. But I would just like to note that the abrupt beginning to this video isn't for shock value or for sympathy, but simply for some context. So for the past few years, health has become a recurring subject in our household. Doctors' offices and hospitals have become our second home. But despite this, we are so fortunate that we've come out of our illnesses with no long-lasting physical effects. But my experiences with suffering with health did affect my life in a different manner. I realized how much we truly take health for granted and how quickly our lives can change in the matter of an instant. This idea was truly reinforced for me as I started volunteering at Winchester Hospital during my summers. I worked closely with patients, transporting them to their tests and forming connections with them that I didn't realize would have such a big impact on who I have become. This was such a unique experience because my perspective was no longer from that of a patient. But my ability to empathize with the patients kind of established this unspoken bond between the hospital and myself. One of my favorite memories from volunteering is when I delivered flowers to an old man in room A101. He proceeded to write a long thank you note on the spot that he was actually supposed to sign. And despite the seemingly millions of tubes connected to his body, he found the energy to note how my mannerisms reminded him of his daughters. And in that moment, I experienced this indescribable feeling of fullness due to the raw kindness that this man showed me. And I realized that hospitals are frightening places because of the seemingly impossible battles people are presented with them in. And despite the long, cold hallways, I always found that the hospital, after my experience with health, was weirdly comforting. And I think this comfort stems from an overall sense of understanding that people are facing their own unique battles. And I realized that my connection to these patients not only came from my ability to identify with them, but also from our mutual consensus that compassion is truly the only weapon we have in fighting the adversity that we face. My bond with the hospital kind of gave my life this vague yet really substantial sense of direction. And I realized that being compassionate is one of the few concrete things I can rely on in navigating my life. I hope to use this idea of navigating my life with compassion as I hope to study medicine and continue to help people face these impossible battles and hopefully conquer them as well. And I really hope that people start to understand that, there might be someone next to you that also has a drawer full of hospital socks. Thank you for your time, and I really hope you consider me for this scholarship. It would be truly an honor.